Ed Harrow, the chair of Open Space Preservation Commission, and I'm being entertained by my dog, but I want to give you an update on what we did last night at our meeting. And the first thing was we had a meeting with the Sustainable Committee, and it was quite interesting. We spent probably half an hour chatting about various ways that our two groups work on the same ideas and attempt to accomplish some of the same things. And we need to figure out how to continue working together and figure out what's going to work for us. But it was a great start. And then we went on to our business, and the first item on our business, as per usual, is the Whitehall Conservation Area. And I had reported previously that I had a party who indicated a willingness to volunteer to mow the meadow, but at this point I haven't heard back, so I'm not sure where we are with that. Our next discussion was property at number 4 Sylvan Way, which has recently changed hands, and we had been in discussions with the previous owner about marking our mutual boundary, and that's a project that hasn't yet been completed because of all the usual reasons that things don't get done at the moment. And so we are writing that the new owners a letter just outlining the status and what we're going to do, and welcoming them to Hopkinton and telling them about our property behind them, etc. And the next is another property that's on Winter Street. We walked that, we being myself and Brian Bertram of Town Council. We've had issues of incursions there, and we walked it with the property owner, and we got pretty firm agreement as to where at least one boundary is, and an acknowledgement from the owner that yes, he had some stuff over that boundary. But there's discussions about previously existing paper streets. And so Town Council is now going to go back into the Middlesex Registry of Deeds and attempt to establish the status of what happened to those paper streets and who now actually, if you will, has title to them. In some cases, when paper streets go away, abutting parties split the paper street, so to speak, and it's not clear in this one particular case that happened. So that's in process. Report to follow. Then we got an update from Stephen Lewandowski, who's on the Trails Committee also, as well as a member, as to bridge building that's been done and bridge building that's been okay. The bridge building that's been okayed is in the town forest, which is connected to Cameron Woods. Then we had a request to support the acquisition of 2 parcels from the request from CPC. These are parcels owned by Eversource, and they're adjacent to Berry Acres, or they're near Berry Acres, and the commission voted to endorse that purchase. There are many pieces yet to have to fall into place for the purchase to happen, but we are supportive if all the other pieces fall into place. We had a long talk about Pratt Farm Management. This was on our agenda last month, and we as members, and I sort of failed, we're supposed to contemplate this over the past month and what needed to be done. And I had put out some inquiries to other parties, and regretfully, I haven't heard back, and I completely forgot about it. But we are putting together a letter that we will send to Elaine Lazarus with our suggestions and comments on the proposal as it currently exists. So no real decisions or anything were made there. And then the last thing is a piece of property known variously as either the Jenner property or the Rice property. This is a property that's behind the DCR fire control building on Cedar Street. And it's still in process and hopefully will come into open spaces fold before the year is out. Fingers are crossed, but we had no further updates on the current status of that. That was that. So there you go. That was what we did for about 2 hours last night. Thank you.